Hi everyone. Today we will learn about electric flux. First we have to learn about flux. Flux is the process of flowing some entity. That is, the act of flowing is called flux. It may be the flowing of mass, flowing of particles, or flowing of energy. But in the case of electric flux, here is the flowing of electric field lines. Though we know there is no physical existence of electric field lines, it is the imaginary path of unit positive charge in an electric field. The density of the electric field lines measures the intensity of an electric field. Where the electric field lines are more crowded, the intensity is more, and where the electric field lines are less crowded, the intensity of the electric field is less. In the given figure, at the point A, the electric field lines are more crowded, and at the point B, the electric field lines are less crowded. Therefore, the electric field at A is greater than the electric field at the point B. When these electric field lines flowing out from somewhere, we call it outward electric flux, and when these electric field lines flowing into somewhere, we call it inward electric flux. Now we have to learn how to measure the electric flux mathematically. Before going to mathematical discussion of electric flux, we give an analogy of electric flux, which is velocity flux or the rate of flow of liquid. Here in the figure, we are collecting water into a bucket from a water jet with an water collecting instrument. Here the velocity of the water jet is same for two cases, but the water collecting instrument are placed in different manner in the water jet. In the first bucket, more water is collected than the second bucket. Now we discuss why. In the first figure, the surface of the water collecting system is normal to the flow of the water jet. Therefore, the rate of flow of water in the first case phi 1 equal to V into S. We know this is the rate of flow of water through the surface S. In the second figure, the surface of the water collecting system is tilted with an angle theta with the direction of the water jets. Therefore, less amount of the water will be collected in this bucket in the same time. Now, the rate of flow in the second figure is given by phi 2 equal to S cos theta into V. Here S cos theta is the projection of the surface along this normal direction. This is S cos theta. Therefore, the rate of flow phi 2 equal to S cos theta into V. We know the area is a vector quantity, therefore we can write this expression as V vector dot S vector. In the first figure, the angle of the velocity vector and the surface vector is 0. Therefore, here Vs cos 0 equal to Vs. Therefore, in the first bucket, the volume collected in time t V1 is given by phi 1 into t, and in the second case the volume collected in time t is given by phi 2 into t. Here we see that as phi 2 is less than phi 1, therefore V2 is less than V1. Here we see that V dot S gives the rate of flow of liquid. Similarly, the electric flux should be some scalar quantity that we explain later. In the given figure, I have shown two surfaces of equal area are placed in an uniform electric field in defined manner. We find out the electric flux in the two cases. Here in the first figure, the surface is normal to the electric field lines. Therefore, the field lines crosses the surface normally. Therefore, the electric flux in the first figure phi 1 equal to electric field into the area. In the second figure, the surface is tilted with the electric field lines through an angle theta. Here, less number of electric field lines passing through the surface. Some of the field lines going outside the surface. Here, the projection of the surface S is S cos theta. Therefore, the electric field lines crossing normally to the surface of S cos theta. Therefore, the electric flux in the second figure phi 2 equal to E into S cos theta. We know the area is a vector quantity and the normal to the surface gives the direction of the area. In this figure, the normal to the surface S makes an angle theta with the electric field line. Therefore, the flux phi 2 equal to Es cos theta. In the first figure, the angle between the field line and the normal to the surface is 0 degree. Therefore, the electric flux in the first case E is cos 0 that is phi 1 equal to E into S. Therefore, in general, we define electric flux phi E equal to E vector dot S vector or Es cos theta. Here we have take electric field E is uniform and also the surface is symmetric, but the electric field may be non-uniform and also the surface may not be symmetric. In that case, the electric flux may be different. Say here is a charge Q and this charge is enclosed by an arbitrary surface. Here the surface is non-uniform, non-symmetric, and on the surface the electric field is not uniform. Say here we consider a surface ds. Therefore, the electric field here is E. Now the electric flux through this surface d phi equal to E dot ds. If we want to calculate the total flux through this surface, then we must have to integrate this expression. Therefore, total flux phi E equal to closed integral E dot ds. We see that electric flux is obtained from the dot product up to vectors. Hence, the electric flux is a scalar quantity. Here, the electric flux is the total field lines crossing normally through a surface. If any surface is parallel to the field lines, no field line will cross through this surface. In this case, the electric flux will be 0. In the figure, two surfaces are shown. In the first case, the surface is normal to the field line, and in the second case, the surface is parallel to the field line. We know the electric flux phi E equal to Es cos theta. Here theta is the angle between the area vector of the surface and the electric field vector. In the first case, the angle theta equal to 0. Therefore, the electric flux phi E equal to Es cos 0 equal to Es. In the second figure, the normal to the surface is at an angle 90 degree with the electric field line. Therefore, the electric flux Es cos 90 degree equal to 0.